Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be creating this makeup look today. It is not your typical fall inspired makeup look, but it is a little bit more cloudy and rainy where I am right now, and I'm just feeling the gray grungy vibes. Very old school 2016 2017 type of makeup tutorial, but I like doing these. I have a good mix of old and new products that I've been loving lately. Let's just get into it. For primers, I've been loving mixing these two. These are the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skincare Color Correcting Serums. I like to mix the two together in the back of my hand and then go in and apply with my fingers. It gives my skin a really nice golden glow. It actually helps to balance out and correct uneven skin tones on my face because I do have gray discoloration, especially in my mouth area. For my foundation, I'm using the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. Now, I picked up the shade NC38. This is a tad bit lighter on me, but it has like the perfect amount of yellow undertone, yellow olive undertone, and that's why I really like it so much. And I'm using my BK Beauty 109 brush. This is my favorite brush. If you guys have not already heard me rave about this, the BK Beauty brushes are really some of my favorite brushes in the range, and this is by far my favorite brush from their entire collection because it is just so versatile. I use it for foundation, I use it for blush, I use it for bronzer. It's just an all-in-one. Also, this foundation is so beautiful on the skin. It leaves a very skin-like finish on the skin. Also gives like a little bit of that glow that I really like. This reminds me of a slightly thicker version of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, but in a very good way. I've already done a review of this foundation and I'll leave that in the link below so you guys can check that out after this video. Before I finish the rest of my face, I'm going to move on to the eyes. So I'm going to zoom you guys in. Using the Smashbox Always On 24-hour eyeshadow base. This is one of my favorite bases of all time. But if you're looking for a great drugstore version, Milani has one too, and it's practically, I feel the same thing. Now, as much as I've been loving this palette and I was thinking of using this today in the eyeshadow tutorial, I think for the look that I'm going for is more gray grungy, and I feel that these are a little bit more brown grungy. So I'm going to put this away and I'm going to use this Gosh eyeshadow palette. I got this from my local Walmart because this is more of the vibe that I'm going for. It is a little bit more cool tone than the Patrick Ta, and I feel that this is going to give me exactly what I need. I'm going to be using the Sephora 12-hour colorful contour eye pencil. This is in the shade Stone. And I'm going to actually apply this all over my eyelids from the lash line. And then taking my BK Beauty 206 brush, I'm going to basically push this upwards and sort of like smudge it all the way on my mobile lids. I have to work really fast with this because it dries down almost instantly. As you can see, it's already starting to dry down. So I'm just going to use my fingers. This doesn't have to be like perfect. I just sort of like lightly push it up. I think this is working better with my fingers than it is with a brush. I'm just making sure that I'm extremely gentle because I don't want it to tug on my eyelids too much. I'm going to go in with this gray shade right here. These don't have names, by the way, so I'm just going to point to them. And I'm going to pick this up on my BK Beauty 203 brush, and then I'm just going to apply this all over my mobile lids. Now, the color payoff of these eyeshadows are softer. They're still pigmented, but they're a little bit more of a softer payoff, and I really like that just for a more versatile daytime sort of makeup look because I can always layer them if I need to. So if you're a beginner, these are great eyeshadows to work with. I'm going to deepen my outer corners obviously with this deeper gray. And ooh, that is pigmented. I'm just keeping this onto the very outer V of my eye because I don't want to close off my eyes. I just still want the center and the inner corners to be a little bit lighter. As I'm blending away, tell me one thing. Do you guys like these type of old school long format tutorials, or would you guys just rather see shorts on my channel? Because when I look at the analytics, not a lot of you guys are watching like the full form videos unless it's a review of a product. So I'm just curious to see, like, what do you guys want to see more on my channel? Like, is it shorts? Mini reviews, like speed reviews, long format content, more eyeshadow looks. I genuinely just want to know because I'd rather create content that you guys want to watch and that's going to be helpful for you guys. Also, I'm not really looking for perfection when I'm blending this out. I still want it to be grungy and I want this to be easy for you guys to recreate without having to be too structured. Taking the same shade on a BK Beauty 209 brush. I'm sorry if I'm not saying all of the brushes. I will have that listed down below, but I am going to be applying this to the bottom lash line and smoke that out. I'm stopping halfway through. I'm not bringing this all the way in. I'm going to pick up this black and I'm going to apply this as a liner, and I'm applying this very close to the lash line. And I'm also flicking this upwards just a little bit to create a soft wing. Will say that if you guys are a beginner with the eyeliners, it's best to use a powder first and practice rather than going in with a liquid or a gel liner right away. I took a little bit of the black shade from the palette and I'm applying it to the outer V. I want this to be really dramatic and have, again, that thunderstorm, rainy vibe sort of a situation. So that's what we're going to go for here. And I'm just predominantly sticking to the mobile lids. I'm going to dip back into the lighter shade because I lost some of that lightness in the inner corner. I'm taking that liner from Sephora and I'm going to tight line. I completely forgot that I was not recording. Oh my gosh. I went ahead and I finished off my eyes with some mascara. This is the Lancôme Monsieur Big Mascara in waterproof. I may go in with lashes later on. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'm now finishing off my face. I just applied some of this Tower 28 Serum concealer in the shade MDR. And I'm using my BK Beauty Hot and Angie A506 brush to blend this out. And I was just saying that this concealer is reminding me highly of the NYX Bear With Me concealer. That's also a serum concealer. The consistency and how it applies and the coverage is pretty much the same to me. I haven't compared them side by side, but I think I might do a video on that. A little bit on the chin. I don't like too much concealer on the chin and on the center of my face. Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade medium 2. You guys can see I hit pan. I love this powder. It is just so soft underneath the eyes. Gives me the right amount of coverage. It also mattifies, as you guys can tell. I basically switch between this and the Laura Mercier and even the Givenchy. With whatever is left on the sponge, I'm actually just going to set the rest of my face. I don't go too heavy with powder, especially this time of the year when it's already starting to get cold and dry. I'm going in with my all-time favorite bronzer and contour product. This is from Bare Minerals. It's in the shade Faux Tan. And it's really the perfect contour bronzer shade all mixed in one. And it's also a very thin formula. I just like to give it a little bit of shaping to my face. And again, with whatever's left on my brush, I take it to my jawline. I have a very small forehead, so I don't really like to contour anymore on the top here. I just take it to the sides a little bit and leave it at that. Sometimes I don't even contour my sides. I'm going to pinch it just a little bit and take it to the sides of my nose. My nose is also a tiny nose, so I don't want to contour too much. We're going to finish the rest of the face, but I'm going to switch back to the eyes. I just want to finish this up, and I'm taking this pencil eye brush, and I'm just going to smudge this out a little bit more. I'm not taking any additional product. Whatever is on this brush, it was the black shade, I'm just basically going to deepen this. I don't want it to be too harsh, and then to soften it even more, I'm just going to take this brush that had this dark gray shade, and I'm just going to soften out the under eyes. That way I'm not adding any product, I'm just sort of diffusing it. MAC Giga Black Mascara. For my blush, I'm going to be using another Charlotte Tilbury product. This I have not used in a hot minute. This is the Cheek to Chic Intense Pillow Talk. So the shade is Pillow Talk, but it's the Intense. Quite a bit of technical difficulties filming this tutorial. My camera overheated, so I had to turn it off, and in that moment I decided to apply some falsies. I'll get to the lipstick, but I'm all over the place today. I went in with these falsies. These are from Kiss. They're called No Filters. I actually cut them quite a bit and made it like a half lash. These are a full strip, and honestly, what a difference lashes makes to the entire look. It just brings everything together. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the lips, and I'm going to be using these two shades from BK Beauty. These are the Luxe lipsticks. First, I'm going in with the shade Faith. It's a nice raspberry or berry toned lipstick, and totally fall appropriate. It's such a beautiful formula. I love them. They're just so buttery and smooth. This is in the shade Inner Beauty, and I'm just going to apply that to the center. I don't want the lips to be too overpowering. At this point, you can go ahead with some setting spray. I am just going to wash it right off, so I'm not going to do that. But here is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope this was not too boring for you. If it was, I'm pretty sure you guys have clicked off by now. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for continuing to watch, supporting my channel. Please do give this a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.